Welcome to Royal Pride. I'm Tim Rutherford here with Eastern Hancock Athletic Director Aaron Spalding. Welcome, Aaron.
Great to be here.
Well, we're wrapping up all our fall sports now. Some have already had their sectional. Volleyball has theirs tonight. Football just had their draw. They have this week's the final week of the regular season, and then they will be playing in the sectional the next week. So both are on the road. Looks like we open up on the road in the sectional as well, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to start with volleyball today, and they have their sectional game tonight. They drew Shenandoah, so they'll play Shenandoah tonight out at Northeastern at 6 o'clock. They've really had a decent end of the year here, ended up with an 11-20 overall record, and have had some success here of late.
Yeah, they've, they're a fairly young team, and they've developed over the year. Like you said, they've ended up 11-20. They had a really good win on their senior night. Waldron, they had a really nice win over them. As you know, they play in a really tough conference. They did get a couple wins in a conference, so that was a good thing. And want to recognize our seniors that'll be going out. They got the big win on senior night. Paige Wickard, Leah Sotelo, Gracie Gray, and Jordan Cross. So hopefully we can send those girls out on a good note and have a good showing in the sectional. Got some young kids. Lily Hunt, as a sophomore, leads our team in most or a lot of statistical categories. So we got some good things, and I know got some other statistical leaders that you've got some stats on there that you can share with us as well.
Well, when you break down, they have about 6 categories they do. They have kills, they have assists, which are if the setter sets somebody or the second person that hits it sets somebody and they get a kill off of it, they call that an assist. And then you also have blocks, digs, and serve receives that are on the defensive side. So Lily is leading in a lot of categories. On the kills, Lily has 132 kills on the year. This is almost up to date. There are only a couple games that are not in the stats now for the season. Sydney Bednarski, another sophomore, is second in the team on kills with 97. So a couple of sophomores leading the way there. Serving aces, that's another offensive category that I failed to mention. Lily has 54, and then looks like Sydney is also second in aces with 29. A couple of those sophomores again. Blocking, Lily Hunt has 24 blocks. We have a couple of seniors who are second with 14, Skyla Smith and Leah Sotelo. And digging, we have 5 girls who have 110 or more, and 4 of them are sophomores. Lily Hunt has 145. Bree Talby has 140. Those are the 2 leaders, but of the 5 over 110, the 4 of them are sophomores that will be coming back next year. With assists, Lily Hunt has the most with 170. The other young lady that's been a setter for us this year is Paige Wickard. She's a senior. She's second on the team with 142 assists. And then serve receive, which is another defensive category, the first ball over that's successfully passed to a teammate. Megan Rutherford has 247, and Bree Talby is second with 166. So both of those are sophomores as well. So a good young core, a lot coming back. They've won 11 games this year, had a couple of wins in the conference, have just been a few points here and there away from winning 3 or 4 other games. So a bright future for the volleyball program. I know we've talked about a lot of our sports that way over the last couple of years. The sophomore class, both the boys and the girls side, seem to be doing well in all of our sports.
And I know we also have a couple good classes coming up. I think our middle school teams were both successful, so I know we got a strong youth program that's kind of started developing, so I think we're going to see some good things in volleyball in years to come.
I think this was the 3rd or 4th year for her.
I believe it's the 3rd year for the youth program. First year also, this year is the first time we've ever had a 5th grade school team. 6th grade school team. So we did that for the first time. They played some games with other schools. So like I said, I think we got some good things going to happen at the volleyball program.
Excellent. Well, good luck to them tonight at Shenandoah, or against Shenandoah at Northeastern. So if you go to Shenandoah, we won't be there. It's at Northeastern at 6 p.m. So if they get this posted early, if it's not on October 15th when you see this, please don't go to Northeastern tonight at 6 p.m. So we're going to move on to the tennis court, where the boys finished up their spring season, or their fall season, and had some success as well. Really, things are starting to turn around in a lot of our sports that have struggled maybe for a couple of years, but we've been saying, oh, they got a pretty young core. I think they had a pretty successful season.
They had an outstanding year. They finished their dual match season 7-7. Just to put that in perspective, last year they were 3-7 in their dual match season. The discrepancy was we had better weather this fall than we did last fall, so we got more matches in. But the good thing is, the majority of our core, matter of fact, all of our singles players are underclassmen. So Cody Huff played one singles virtually the whole year. He got 11 wins at that. Now, some of that's because in their dual match season, we also play numerous matches in various invitationals, things of that nature. So those are included in that as well. But he had 11 wins. He was also the individual conference champ at one singles. Nolan Stout played two singles the majority of the year. He got 10 wins at there. I believe Nolan is a sophomore. Cody Huff is a junior. Zeke Dixon got 13 wins, got the most overall wins of any of our tennis kids. He did that at three singles. Zeke is a freshman, and he also he was the lone winner at the sectional. Now, the way tennis works, the only way you can advance as an individual is at one singles. So you've got 5 different positions in tennis. You've got 1, 2, and 3 singles, and then you've got 1 and 2 doubles. So 7 young men make up the starting team, or not necessarily just the starting team, the competing team on a given night. And so anyway, Zeke got 13 wins, and he did get a sectional win, but was not able to advance because he was not at one singles. Then a couple doubles teams, John McDaniel and Brady Smith got 4 wins at one doubles. And that's a little misleading because they didn't necessarily always play together, but that was the combo that won the most. And then finally, Sam Blocker and Bryce Winnan had 7 wins at 2 doubles. They were also conference champs at 2 doubles. So the only 2 seniors we have there, Brady Smith and Sam Blocker. So all our singles players, and then a couple of our doubles kids will be back next year. And like I said, there's a highlight of our was by winning the conference champions. I think first time since maybe 2006. I think it's been over 10 years, so quite some time. So great accomplishment to Coach Huff. And then I also would be remiss to mention our girls middle school team was undefeated in the conference. I'm sorry, undefeated in dual matches this year, and they got 2 invitational championships. Both the Eastern Hancock Invitational and the Shenandoah Invitational they won. And then the boys were 11-3 and also won the Shenandoah Invitational. So lots of great things happening on the tennis side.
Excellent. It looks like, again, another team with a young core that should be having opportunities to have even more success in the future. We're going to take a quick break here on Royal Pride. When we come back, we're going to talk about our cross-country runners. We'll be back here in a short minute.
Let's face it, you've outgrown your internet speed. With Ninestar Connect, you get the speed and reliability you need with 24/7, 365 support. So don't get left behind. Choose the internet speed that fits your needs. Visit Ninestar Connect's ChooseYourSpeed.com.
Welcome back to Royal Pride, and we're going to move out to the cross-country course. They competed in their sectional on Saturday, both the girls and the boys. Had some success in that, but we'll get to that. They've also had some success throughout the season. I know our conference meet just happened about a week and a half ago, and really have had some positive things happen on the cross country course. With the girls, we'll talk about them first because it'll be a lot quicker. They have one runner, Ashton Willis.
Yep.
She has really had a pretty good season. She's continued to up her PR, I believe, at the sectional. She got herself on the top 10 board.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. So she moved into top 10 all time at Eastern Hancock. And also in doing so, this past Saturday, she advanced to the regional. I believe that's the second year in a row for Ashton. And also earlier this past week, she earned all conference honors by finishing 6th at the conference meet. So she's had a great year. Like I said, she's having to keep up with the boys, so that's because that's who she's got to practice with. And also want to talk about a runner on the middle school side, girl runner. Like I said, they don't have a bunch, but she's been outstanding. Olivia Evans, I believe it was the county champ for the second time in a row. She's won it both as 6th and a 7th grader. And then she was the middle school girls individual champ at the conference meet. So she's been outstanding. So congratulations to those young ladies.
Excellent. And with Ashton, I know when she finished 6th at the conference, she got her personal best by like 40 seconds that day, and then she bettered it at the sectional.
So she's peaking at the right time.
She is. And for those that don't know, to get a team score, you have to have 5 runners complete the race. So you can still run as an individual. You can move on as an individual. I believe it's in the cross country sectional. It's the top 5 teams, and then the next best, or the top
next
10,
best 10, I believe.
individuals
it's
who aren't on those
top 5
teams.
teams, and then the next best 10 runners who are not involved in those 5 teams.
Yes. So, so they run. I believe is it Rushville?
Rushville. They'll run Rushville on Saturday morning. So good luck to Ashton, and then we have a couple boys competing as well.
We do have a couple boys also. They finished 2nd and 3rd in the conference, and they've now competed in the sectional, and they have advanced from the sectional onto the regional as well.
Yeah, Nick Edwards who's a senior for us, and Daniel Campbell. I believe Daniel is a junior, I believe, if my memory serves me correct.
Yes.
But both of them, as you mentioned, earned all conference, or finishing. Nick finished 2nd, and Daniel finished 3rd. So, and then they advanced on to the regional that they'll be heading to this Saturday. So, great job to those kids. And they do have several other runners that have done a good job for them this year. I believe they finished 3rd in the conference meet, if my memory serves me correct.
Yes.
So good job to those. And then I, once again, got some good stuff coming up as far as individual runners for Eastern. Preston Markley was the conference champ at the conference meet. So we had both the boys middle school conference champ in Preston, and then the girls middle school conference champ in Olivia Evans. So great job. And also want to mention Preston Markley the week before at the Invitational Hauser host, they call it Heritage Days in Hope, Indiana. He set the course record that day on that course. So great job to Preston.
Yes, and we didn't mention before Ashton Willis. She's just a sophomore as well.
Yes, so we've got some youth. So hopefully we can, basically we got some really good quality girls. Now we just got to get more numbers.
That's right. And for a long time, the girls cross country program had plenty of girls for a team, and they were moving on to regionals as a team. And
well, they're the only single class sport in Eastern Hancock history to advance to a semi-state. That happened, I believe, if my memory serves me correct, in 2013. I think I'm remembering that correctly.
Sounds right.
They kind of all run together. But they're the only team. So, yes, they've had some great success in previous years. And like I said, we just need some more numbers, and maybe we can get back there.
Excellent. We're going to move out to the golf course. We're going to stay out there in some individual where kids can get individuals to have individual success whether the team moves on or not. Our girls golf team had a really good season.
Yeah, I would probably say it's as good, if not better, than any team we've ever had at Eastern Hancock. They finished 14-5 in dual match play. Like I said, that's another statement on how good the weather was. That we actually got 19 matches and had two young ladies that were all conference, Jocelyn Duncan and Haley Cavaletto. And then the team this year broke both the 9-hole team record, 188, and they did that like at least twice, if not 3 times this year. They kept lowering that number. And then they set the overall 18-hole record, 410. And then Jocelyn Duncan, and she beat her own record twice this year. She shot the best 9-hole score in school history. She shot a 40. So that's about 3 holes for me. So she did it in 9 holes, but now unfortunately Jocelyn is a senior, so she'll be moving on, as will another senior, Daly Pelger, who is a solid contributor. We do have 3 or 4 young ladies back, Haley Cavaletto, all conference. So Coach Cole Allen did a great job with the girls this year.
Excellent. We are now going to move out to the gridiron.
Mm-hmm.
And our football team has had a really good season to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Only 1 blemish on the record. It's a
Mm-hmm.
Heritage Christian game. I know if we talk to the coaches, they'll talk about the turnovers that night that really hindered our opportunity to win that game. Looks like we might, if we can win the first game of sectional, we'll get a chance at a rematch with Heritage Christian. And then if we're able to win that rematch, it'll probably be either Cecina or Shenandoah again, which we had a nice win against Shenandoah in the rain on Friday night. So,
yeah, the boys, they're 7-1, as you mentioned. They just lost a 1 to Heritage Christian. The really cool thing about that, as well, as we won the conference. Now we just have 4 teams who play football in our conference, but we're perfect. We beat Westdale, then Monroe Central, then Shenandoah. Really fun thing about Friday night, as I said, in the rain, but we were up 14-6 late in the game. Thought we had everything under control. Then they had a long pass, I think about a 40-yard touchdown pass to make it 14-12 with under a minute to play. So obviously Shenandoah goes for 2, and then we stuffed them on that play. I believe Tyler Cavaletto got a big stop right there, which sealed the win for Eastern Hancock. And hopefully we have the video of that. Our principal, Adam Barton had it on his phone there, so I shared that with you. So that was exciting. As I mentioned, they become conference champs, and now we head into to sectional play. As you said, we'll be taking on Winchester. We got a really tough draw, but hopefully get another shot at Heritage Christian. That'd be in week 2. Now the good side of that is we'd host them. Last year we played Heritage Christian twice as well. They got us, but we had to play at their place. So hopefully this year we can get them back at our place and get a big win.
And really, as you look at the records in the sectional, you say we got a tough draw, but I'm not sure there is an easy draw. You've got Winchester 6-2. Heritage Christian, I think, is 5-3. They play a little different schedule than we do. We're 7-1. Cecina's over 500. Shenandoah's over 500.
And Cecina and Heritage Christian kind of, maybe records are not the perfect way, because they play a pretty high level of competition, so their records sometimes are a little deceiving. I do remember years ago, Cecina, just kind of give you their level of schedule, they entered the tournament 3-5 and won the state. So in their class, so that kind of shows you their competition. So so it'll be a tough sectional, but looking forward to the challenge.
Excellent. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some of the individual statistical leaders with the football program. We'll be back right here on Royal Pride.
A neighborhood drive-up builds their menu around locally sourced foods. A community-owned telecom delivers fiber optic bandwidth that helps them leverage high-performing technology with lower startup costs. Turns out, going local doesn't just mean fresh, it means better. Ninestar Connect. Community-owned, community-strong.
Welcome back to Royal Pride, and we're going to talk some of the individual statistical leaders with the football program. Our quarterback, Houston Swan, a sophomore. That seems to be a theme for today's show. Another sophomore from that class. He's 68% completion rate on his passes, which is, I think that's okay.
That's outstanding.
That's, really
we'd even
good.
take that. I think a lot of NFL teams would take 68% from the quarterback. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure they would. He's also thrown for almost 2,000 yards, and we know that he has 27 touchdown passes, which is the school record for a single season. But we're not positive on the yards. But he has to at least be approaching the single season record.
I'm right now trying to pull up the football school records, but we think the yards may be. We know the touchdowns, as you mentioned. He's got the, and I'm pulling it up right now. So
he's had a really good year while you're looking at that.
Well, that's not helping me. Anyway, we think it's close. He's thrown 27 touchdowns, which is a school record. I'm positive of that. And obviously, if he's throwing the ball, then people are catching it. I think probably the biggest strength of our team is the number of offensive weapons we have, and it's all spread out. It's kind of like, I'm a basketball coach, so when you can just stop one guy, that's a little easier. When you start having to stop two, that becomes really hard, and then three's near impossible. You've got real good players, and that's kind of it is with our receivers. The top two leading receivers, Cole Rainbold has 35 catches for just under 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. J.P. Fox has 25 catches for 454 yards and 7 touchdowns. And that's he missed our first 2 games as we're working out some transfer issues with him. So that's even more impressive. And then he's got a lot of other guys, Landon O'Neill, Zach Arnold, Caden Sotelo, all have a number of catches. So just doing, like I said, he's got a number of weapons to draw on.
And all the names you mentioned are all underclassmen,
Yes,
sophomores,
yes,
and J.P.
sure.
Fox
Well,
is a
JP
junior.
is the only junior of the bunch. The rest are sophomores. No, I'm sorry, Caden is a junior
Caden is
as
a
well.
junior.
And then, obviously to balance that out, you got the rushing attack. Victor Olivo has 320 yards rushing for 6 touchdowns. And just to mention Victor, we've passed the ball. He was over 1,000-yard rusher last year, but we've kind of been more of an aerial attack this year. So, but when we need him, he's there. And then sophomore Zach Arnold also has a number of rushes. Matter of fact, he was in the rain against Shenandoah the other night. He was kind of our saving grace. He had both our touchdowns. They were long touchdown runs. He had 150 yards on the night. Which brings him, so he had over half of his rushing yards on Friday night, but he has 242 yards, and to put that in perspective, he's done that on 22 carries. So that's about 11 yards per rush and 5 touchdowns. So great job on the offensive side of the ball. That until Friday, we had scored over 20 points every game. And I believe the Heritage Christian game was the only game we haven't scored over 40 points. Obviously, Shenandoah, we won 14-12, but at that Heritage Christian, I believe this time we were only under 40. So they've done a great job on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, and Zach, when you hand him the ball, if he gets in the open field, good luck catching him.
Yes, yep.
So he is one of the quickest young men I've ever seen run.
Yep, absolutely.
And Cole Rainbolt the same way. If he gets in the open field, you're going to struggle to catch him too.
Absolutely.
On the defensive side, it looks like we have some seniors that are leading the way on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, on the defensive side, that's obviously next year we're going to have to do some replacing because our seniors are leading the way. Garrett Friesen leads the team in tackles with 90. Tyler Vanderfleet leads the team in sacks. He has 5.5 on the year. And then senior Chase Settigren leads the team in interceptions. He has 3 INTs. So as you mentioned, we're senior laden, so we're going to have to really hard to replace those kids next year.
On a positive note, offensively, we're scoring 40 points a game, so we got a little bit.
Next year we may have to score 50. I don't know.
We got a little bit of a room for growth there on the defensive side.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
But yeah. So they play Winchester next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday in the sectional opener. And then if they win, we'll get to host round 2. So
yes, and we closed the regular season out this Friday at Lapel. So that'll be our final regular season. Another tough opponent. I think Shenandoah beat them by 2 a couple weeks ago. So this will be a good test for us. So we'll see where we're at.
Excellent. Well, as you know, we're wrapping up all the fall sports. The Fall Awards program is Wednesday, November 13th at 7 o'clock. That night, we'll be honoring all of our fall athletes. And we'll do it as a group first, and then we will have individual breakouts. So that'll be the end of the fall season. Hopefully the football team's still playing, maybe the volleyball team, maybe will have a great week, and maybe they'll still be playing here a couple weeks later.
That'd be great.
But I think they're the only 2 that haven't had their sectional now in the fall. So
Yep.
we're going to move into the winter sports. Well, the girls' basketball is just around the corner.
Yeah, they start practice Monday.
So
they're coming up. So it'll be here before we know it.
So we'll move to that side. We'll talk a little bit about what we've got looking forward to with the girls' basketball program. We'll start in with that and get through as many programs as we can here before our time runs out. But Coach Sherry Dowd back again this year. Their jamboree, which is just fabulous to have a basketball jamboree, is at Randolph Southern on November the 2nd.
Yep, November 2nd. As I mentioned, they start practice this Monday, so that's just right around the corner. They had a 13-11 squad last year. And then they got a number. They got the return their leading scorer, Jocelyn Duncan's back. So they got her back. A couple other starters, Allie Spalding and Chloe O'Neill, also return. I know they got some young kids also stepping up, some freshmen and sophomores who I think could be big contributors. So, they're looking for good things to happen this year.
Excellent. So, again, they begin practice Monday. Their first scrimmage, we'll call it a scrimmage. The jamboree is November 2nd, and their first game's not far behind them.
Yeah,
it's
sometime the next week or so. I didn't put the date down there, but it won't follow the jamboree too much longer.
All right. Well, it looks like we're running out of time, so we'll have to get to the other sports next time. When we come back in November, we'll talk about the swimming program, where we have a new coach, the wrestling program, and then we'll be right up on the edge of the boys basketball start to the season. So thanks for your time again today. We look forward to seeing you all next month here on Royal Pride.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt, the Ninestar Energy Advisor. Today we'll be talking about LED light bulbs.
When people think energy efficiency, light bulbs are often the first thing that come to mind. LEDs offer a great solution for providing good light output while using the least amount of energy. You should start with the lights you use most often. Replacing a closet light that is barely used offers less potential savings than a kitchen light or an outdoor light that are on several hours per day. Pay close attention to the packaging when purchasing LED bulbs. The information you need to choose the right light is on the packaging. If the light fixture is on a dimmer switch, you will need a specific bulb to have dimmable capability. LED bulbs use less electricity and have a longer lifespan than other bulb types available today. Ninestar offers a $3 per bulb rebate up to 30 bulbs a year for ENERGY STAR rated screw-in LED bulbs. By switching to LED bulbs, you can take advantage of Ninestar's rebates, improve your lighting, and save on your electric costs.
Thanks for watching this energy savings tip brought to you by your friends at Ninestar.